Okay, let's talk about budgeting. One of the other things that you can do if you want a better week, month, or year is that you can actually, or you should be actually, creating a budget for every single month. So if I'm going to pull up my budget, and obviously you guys can't see this, but I can see it, okay. And so I've got a 12-month budget here. So it goes from January, and obviously we're halfway through, it's the 18th. So I keep a running total of how much money is going to be left in the bank account at the end of each month, or estimated. It's never quite accurate because, you know, something pops up, something comes in that I wasn't expecting. But we've got a budget on everything. Like, I'll give you some examples. So our cryptocurrency that we buy every Saturday is budgeted on here. We buy, I'll tell you what we buy. We buy XRP, Ethereum, Cardano, Shiba Inu, Doge, and Bitcoin. And then we've also got an ISA that we're putting money towards. All our gas bills are in there, personal expenses, petrol, Yorkshire Water, the electricity bills, the cleaner, the pool cleaner is in here. We've got a budget for that. I know it's a first world problem. Our office in Leeds, we've got a budget for that. Service charges. I mean, we've got budgets for absolutely everything. And so any potential expense that I imagine will come out is allocated in this budget. So I know now, for example, in August, what is August supposed to look like? What's the budget going to look like? Can we increase some budgets? So we've got our annual holiday, for example. So it's the same price up to May. So we allocate money into a holiday budget. So every year we get 1 or 2 or 3 holidays, depending on, obviously lockdown, it depends on in the last couple of years. But the whole point of a holiday budget is that we should be increasing it. So we got a certain amount. I'm not going to go into amounts, by the way, because it's always a percentage of income and so on. And it's different for everybody. And also it depends on how important the holidays are for you. Some people it's more, some people it's less, and so on. So it's a personal thing. So that's why I'm not going into numbers. And everything's relative. If I said £100 a month or £1,000 a month, it's all relative to where you are. Some people think £1,000 a month is too low, and other people are going, oh my goodness me, I wish I had £1,000 a month, you know? So that's why we don't go into numbers. But anyway, you know, we by the end of May, we increase it in June, and then we increase it again in July, and then we stay at a higher amount all the way through. Because as we go through the year, our income is changing. As we're making more investments and we're getting better returns on investments, as we're paying stuff down, mortgages and so on, that changes our income. Like, can things change? Absolutely. Can mortgage interest rates change? Absolutely. As soon as they change, we change all the budgets. It moves everything for the next 12 months, so we can still see in October, where are we? Financially, where are we? So there's no shocks and no surprises. That's not to say when a boiler blows up, that's not a shock and a surprise. I mean, it's not a shock because it's not that it's going to blow up, but it's going to fail, right? So we've got a budget for that. It's in our property maintenance budget. Everything's budgeted. So if we have 2 or 3 boilers, and also we got a local deal, we got a deal with a local plumber, so that we put in, £500 down, then a couple of £100 a month for the next few months. So we've actually got plans of attack in case that actually happens. But as I look at this forecast, and I can see what money's going where and what savings are going where and how much money we're going to have left at the end of each month, I can move money around. And this helps me with my mood. So, if I'm feeling down, I can go into the spreadsheet. Like, this is a resource to stop me feeling down. And you should have this as well. Now, you might have a spreadsheet, and when you do the spreadsheet, you're like, oh my goodness me, I didn't realise it was that bad. And I guarantee the first time you do a spreadsheet, that's exactly what it's going to look like. You'll be like, oh my goodness me, I didn't realise it was so bad. So that's fine. That's part of the course. Imagine if you never did your spreadsheet because you were scared of what it's going to look like. Do your spreadsheet. Because then the first few months are really bad, and then when you get a hold on things, then you can start to manipulate where the money's going to go. Because it's not about how much money you earn, it's about what you do with the money that you've got. It doesn't matter if you're earning £1,000 a month or £10,000 a month. Until you get to manage money properly, you won't get more money. If you can't manage the £1,000 a month you've got, how are you going to manage £100,000 a month or £1 million a month? It's going to blow the damn thing. In fact, you're going to have a bigger problem if you're earning £1 million a month and you've not learned how yet to budget and utilise that money than if you're just doing £1,000. Because I can get myself into a lot more trouble with £1 million a month than I can £1,000 a month. And so the budget really should be there to help you feel better about what it is that you're feeling right now. Now, you should have a number of resources on hand So, but when you wake up this morning and go, oh, Blue Monday, I feel so depressed, you go, okay, what resources have I got so I don't have to feel depressed? One of the resources I've got is I look at the spreadsheet and I go, do you know what? We've got enough saved up in the holiday. Let's go to Thailand. Let's go to Paris, Disney. Let's drive to Italy, which I think is what we're going to probably do this summer because we don't know what's happening with COVID, right? We're supposed to do a house swap with a friend of ours in LA, and I don't think that's going to happen, sadly. So next year we'll do a house swap. They come over to ours for a month. We go live in LA for a month. I mean, how cool is that? I've actually stayed at their house before, and there's dolphins in the bay, just in Los Angeles. It's amazing. But you should have a number of resources so that if you're like, oh, I'm feeling a bit down today, what can you do instantly? And then second of all, what can you do or what can you plan ahead? Like, can you go whitewater rafting today? Can you go play basketball today? Can you go go-karting today? Is there something that you can go do to meet other people, like networking events? And you should have a list of resources so that when you're feeling down, you should be able to pull on those resources and it makes you feel better. For me, my budget, as weird as that sounds, is one of those. Now, I've had this budget for 12 years. I can go back, to 2010. For example, I know that my rental rates have increased 46% since 2010. Call it 50% and call it 10 years, just for easy numbers. So, like, now I'm like, okay, so in another 10 years, imagine it's gone up another 50%. And 10 years after that, I mean, I'll be in my 70s. I'll be just turning 70 then. But I know that when I turn 70, financially, this is 20 years in the future. And I haven't got a budget for 20 years in the future. My budgets take me up to 12 months, but I'd really advise 18 months. We ran an 18-month budget for a client of mine for his business, and it was mind-blowing. You know, it's depressing at first, and then it gets much, much better the further down the path you go, as long as everything works out. But for me, I use my budget as a resource to help me control my mood, either that day, that week, that month, that year. And it allows me then to plan ahead. And planning ahead changes things dramatically because as humans, we are monthly beings. And what I mean by that is that generally, let me just go back to my budget because this demonstrates it really well. I know you guys can't see this, but I look at this month and then I look at next month and then I look at the month after. And because we're monthly beings, you pay your Netflix subscription monthly, your gym membership, you probably get paid monthly. I get paid monthly from rents and from the digital marketing clients, they all pay monthly. So we are monthly beings. We're always waiting for the next payday, for the next income stream to come in. And then our month resets, doesn't it? And then we can live again, it feels like. And actually, that's one of the reasons I got into property is, one of my very first goals was to have 31 properties so that I got paid every single day of the month. First, it was, 7, because there's 7 days in a week. But it's not like I got paid every day of the week. It's 30 days in a month. But once we hit 31 properties, that enabled me just to sit back a little bit and kind of relax a little bit. Because now I got paid every single day. So I don't have to wait till the end of the month in order to get more money coming through. But generally, we are monthly beings. And most people just live a month in advance. And I'm like, when do you plan? Well, I'm planning next week. And they basically plan up to the next payday. And it never kind of made sense to me. Why are you not planning month 2, month 3, month 4? Well, I don't know what will happen then. But you got a job. Do you not know how much money you're going to earn if you got a job? $2,000 a month, every month for the rest of your life, I'm sure. Yeah, but I might have an unexpected cost. What unexpected cost will you be having? Well, I don't know. It's unexpected. I won't know. Well, why don't you have a think about it? What unexpected cost could it be? Well, my car goes. Okay, how much is that? £600. Okay, so maybe you need an emergency fund of £600 or a credit card with £600 on it and a method of paying that off. Or how about you put £50 a month away every single month for the next 12 months? Now you've got £600 saved in a spare account, just sat there, just in case your car decides to fail that time. What else might go wrong? Well, my boiler might blow up. Okay, how much is that? £100 a month? Okay, move £100 a month or even £50 a month into that. So, how long do boilers last? Like 5 years. We know boilers are lasting 5 years, okay? So, is that £30 a month? What is it? Let's do the maths. 1,500 divided by 60 months is £25 a month. Move £25 a month into a boiler account. Just move it over, move it to one side. If your boiler lasts for 12 years, awesome. You can upgrade your boiler the next time it needs doing, or you can upgrade your boiler and some windows or a front door, or get some new carpet, or whatever it happens to be. But you should be allocating this budget, not just for the next month, but literally for the next 12 months. You should be planning all of this in advance.